Wait.
Silence. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Sims and Virgins, and welcome back to Krown's Magical.
Yeah, finish it.
Magic Internet Money.
What the fuck was that? She got famous on Twitter now, and now she thinks she's too good to do intros. What is this? Getting cocky with it. Silly Sally. Coffee and cave. Some coffee and cave action going on right now. Welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. It's a nice Friday morning over here. Nice and fucking rainy in Helsinki, Finland. I just read that it's the hottest month in the history of the world. Apparently, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Like, how do we know what the temperature was in July 100,000 years ago? I don't know, but you know what? This one's definitely the hottest. Anyways, Friday night stream, that's exactly right. My man, Mr. Sean Nevis, the Virgin Bell, says Crypto Clown World. We are all living in the Crypto Clown World and a Crypto Crown World as well. In fact, maybe they're even the same goddamn thing right now. It's raining for 2 weeks in Holland. There you go. Mr. Honig, I knew you were Dutch. I knew you were Dutch. Dutch people are so nice, so cool. Actually, usually, I have met some pretty awful Dutch people as well. A couple of them, but for the most part, pretty damn good people. Actually, some of the best people. I always used to say to people that I thought that Dutch people they're like an advanced civilization. I know that's maybe racist to say, but they are. and they're just better than us. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyways, so what's up, Aaron Deb, Mr. Hodl Crypto, CPEC, Crypto Kiwi. Are you from the Kiwi land? The Kiwi land of, what's it called? I forget what it's called. New Zealand, that's the one. I really want to go there, man. I really want to see all the Lord of the Rings sets and whatnot from back in the day. It is just absolutely epic. Good morning to Mr. Michael Blast as well. Risky car, am I saying that right? I don't know. Lamb substitute, hottest temperature in the whole of history, which turns out is as back as far as 1940. That's very interesting. I was under the impression that this world was hundreds of millions, maybe even billions years old. I don't know, but I guess the last 60 years, that's good enough for me, man. That's good enough for me. What's up, Grits and Gravy? I just realized that you are not the Gravy Grits and Greens, however. There's 2 grits and gravies in this community, which is insane. Yeah, Elsa's saying what in the background, but yeah, there is actually literally 2 people with very similar names. And unfortunately, well, no, it's all good. I was about to say, unfortunately, what? It's like, what's unfortunate about that? It's all good, man. Glad the live streams are back. Yeah, man, every Friday. I've been consistent with this for the past month now, and I will continue to be consistent with it. We might even add another day as well, but my schedule is kind of crammed recently, just because you know, I've undertaken a new hobby with boxing training, and kind of like to position that in the morning because it takes a shit ton of fucking energy, man. Man, if there's one thing that I can tell you about boxing or probably any combat sport, it's that experience is fucking king. Holy shit. It's like if you think just because you've gone to the gym before, just because, you know, you might be an athlete or you're in moderately good shape, that you're going to be good at boxing, think again. Think fucking again, because a trained boxer, a trained martial artist can absolutely destroy you, and there's very little that you can do about it in hand-to-hand combat. It is insane. It is absolutely insane. My trainer is he's probably like 183 centimeters, so he's very tall, but he's lean. He's definitely less than me. I'm about 82 kilos right now, but he's probably like 78 or so. And he just fucking destroys me like at will. It's absolutely out of control. Anyways, what's up, Yasin? We'll get to that. Oh, actually, sorry. I thought it was a request, but it's all good, man. It's just a nice positive message. Appreciate that, brother. And yeah, man, my pleasure. You know, it's really been boring the last last week or so. Been super fucking boring the last like month or so. So, you know, I've just been trying to be consistent with the things that I've been doing, and in this case, that has been making these videos, which funnily enough, you probably noticed that very little's changed. Very, 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 very little's changed, although I do suspect that a few well, it's not that things have changed overnight here, it's just nothing was confirmed, which is just another lack of fucking new shit, which is unfortunate, but that does start to turn, you know, favors in the other direction, which is what we're going to be going over today, obviously. No more metric crown, we're stupid standard here. That's right. What is that in American? In American, I'm about 180. Yeah, a little bit over 180 right now, actually. 180 pounds, but I'm only like 5'7", 5'8", man. I'm pretty short. And in my trainer's like probably 6'1", 6'2", and like 165 maybe. You know, it's fucking insane, man. It's so insane how good people can get with that. I challenge you, Krown. We will call it shorts versus the blouse. I'm actually already being challenged because I'll be going into the crypto fight night later this year in November. They're just they're looking for an opponent for me. They did have one earlier, or they thought that they had one. The winner of last year, Trading Lord, but I think he's only like 65 or 66 kilos, so it's not really a good match there. Maybe I could get down to like 77 or 78 kilos, but anything less than that, no way, man, no way. I work too fucking hard. I would say so as well, man. Get that dirty caffeine. And actually today, just water today. I have to save myself for tomorrow because we're doing some fucking assault bike action, which is absolute death. Good morning to Mr. Alex Switch. We'll get into the content soon. I just want to let a few more people get into here before we get into it, so that, you know, people aren't like, hey, can you go back to the beginning? Can you start over again? It's like, all right. Versus Michael Robinson. I don't know who that is. What's up, Mr. Krim? Welcome to the crypto cave, sir. There we go, man. There we go. How's it going, Mr. LBPG? That's a mouthful, man. I'm guessing you made that username before about 10 years ago, before the L's and the B's and the G's all got bunched up together. Smash Crypto. Crypto and I actually will fight at some point. We talk rather frequently, and he's dealing with some. He had. I don't exactly know what was going on, but he had like a bunch of issues, maybe sinus related and whatnot. So he had some surgeries recently, so he's just not ready. But maybe he said in like a year or so, he'll train pretty hard. And that guy fucking trains hard. Like you can say whatever you want about him on crypto YouTube or crypto Twitter, whatever the fuck. But I can tell you, after training with that guy, he trains fucking hard. Maybe one of the hardest that I think I've ever trained with in my life. Maybe even like too hard, honestly, like overtraining style. But fair enough. The guy fucking does it and he gets the job done. Krown versus Jason. I don't think Jason would be interested in doing that. And also Jason and me are like really, really good friends, man. Hopefully looking to see him, looking to meet up with him relatively soon again as well. Overtraining is a real thing. Yeah, it is. So is undertraining as well. It's a difficult balance, honestly, because you never really, if you're training on your own, you never really know how far you're actually pushing yourself. But I suspect, like, if you start Krown versus Elsa, I'm betting on me. She's gonna get knocked the fuck out. Worst decision of your life, bitch.
Are you calling me weak?
Yes, you are weak. You're a woman, and obviously you are weaker, and you have a smaller brain. So that's just the way that it is. So, okay, look, it's a bad attempt at humor. It's a bad joke. I know I'm gonna get some emails about this later. Your comment about women's brains being smaller was very insensitive, and I will report you unless you say you're sorry. You know what's funny is that is not an unheard of email. We do get maybe not super frequent emails like that, but frequent enough. Krown versus Moon. I don't think he's in my weight class. It's a fight I would happily take, but I don't think that there's a good matchup there, to be honest with you. BitBoy versus Krown. I think BitBoy actually might. If I challenge him, he might actually accept, just because he's such a egotistical fucker. You know, I even hate the guy or anything like that. I barely even fucking know him. I've been on his shows once, yeah, I think he's also much older than me as well. That's the Finnish hobby horse champion of 2024. You are talking to Krown. Show some respect, says Post. That's right. In case you're unaware, Finnish people, because they're so imaginative, creative, instead of having like real horse championships, they have like those fake fucking horses, like with the stick in the head, and then they ride around with them, and they have like actual legitimate competitions with them, you know, for little girls. It's really, really good stuff. A BitBoy fight would be peak comedy. I mean, if it can be done, I don't know if we can get his attention. I don't know what the hell that guy's up to now. Is he still even doing his thing? I need to go check. Let's just bring it up over here on YouTube. Is he? I'll actually just show this on screen, or we can just go to the chart over here. All right, so BitBoy. is he still here? I don't know. He is still here. Oh Jesus, he just posted 4 hours ago. What is this thing now? I'm curious. Let's go check it out. How much BNB do you need to be a millionaire? Probably you're going to need a lot more soon. Ethereum versus Chainlink, which coin will have the great... All right, so still kind of rocking and rolling and doing the same thing, I guess, but fair enough, man. Holy shit, his... What's going on? Okay, so he posts multiple times a day. Views are interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. He's all in Dubai. Oh, that's where it's gonna be. It's gonna be in Dubai. I don't know. Maybe we could get him to do it. Maybe it looks like he's getting in shape too. Good for him. Good for him, man. Maybe we could. Maybe I still think that he's probably much older than me, so maybe not super fair. But that would be epic. That would be super epic. Wow. All right. Shit. I mean, if we can get his attention, that would be pretty damn cool. Have you ever signed an NDA? Yeah, I think I have. Yeah. Not like, I don't know if like you're referring to anything specifically, but not anytime recently that I can remember. Just like, it's dumb shit, man. It's so silly. Like whenever anyone wants to start like a business, like when you're 20 years old, you'll be like, hey man, I got this crazy idea, and I want you to join, man. I think you'd be a great fit, but I need you to sign an NDA first. And it's like, you have nothing, dude. You have nothing. Like your idea is fucking worthless. So I've definitely signed NDAs for that in the past when I was like much younger, thinking like, holy shit, this is the next big thing. This guy really knows what he's talking about. It's like, nope. Elon versus Zuckerberg. Oh man, is that really going to go down? If that goes down in the Coliseum, that would be just so fucking epic, man. So absolutely epic. Krown versus Gensler. I don't want the heat from him, man, because he has legitimate power in the world and can cause some issues for him, or for me, I should say. BitBoy is 40, so still time for a pay-per-view. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm heading into my mid-30s now, so wouldn't be that far off, I guess, and he'd still probably have some more weight on me, and he's probably taller as well. I don't know, maybe he would accept. That would be cool. BitBoy went down the Mimi coin path for like 5 minutes and got wrecked with Ben.Ethereum. Okay, I did hear a little bit about that, but I didn't really look into it too much. I have been trying to consciously stay a little bit more off Twitter. Krown versus Powell. Krown versus Joe Rogan. Fuck no, man. Have you seen that guy kick? Holy shit. He's been training for his whole damn life too, man. I've been training for like a couple months. Okay. BitBoy and Krown OnlyFans. Now we're talking, Pollinator. That's right, man. BitBoy, show him the bit hole, and Krown will enter with extreme force. Krown versus Crypto River. I actually don't know who that. I've seen his name around, but I don't really know who he is. Elsa says that I should put my hairy toes in his bunghole. That's
No, to your OnlyFans account.
Oh, I should put my hairy toes to my OnlyFans account. Okay, yes. Ice cream so good. I feel good as well. What's up, Mr. Simon? Welcome to the cave as well, brother. Again, I'm just waiting a little bit more here before we get a few more people in. And then we'll go over the content of the day. Also record it so it'll be available just for like that segment later on as well. And then we could just hang out in a little bit as well too. Fight Andrew Tate. Again, a guy who's had like 10 plus years of experience. I don't think I'd fare too well, man. That is a thing. That is a thing with combat sports, like with boxing especially. From what I've gathered, is like, dude, if you've been doing it for 10 years, like, I'm sorry, there's just no way that someone's gonna fucking take you on who's been doing it for like less than 3 to 5 years, maybe more than that. Especially if you're like fully new. It's just, like, everyone has this idea that they're gonna be some sort of like amazing fighter without any training, and like they're just gonna see red, bro. I'm seeing red. And it's going to be all over. And it's going to be all over for you, unfortunately. That's what I can definitely tell you, man. Like I said, the first time sparring with my coach, holy shit, man. I was in good shape, like I did cardio for like 30, 40 minutes a day. Been weightlifting for probably like 12, 13 years now. And at that point I had like maybe 2 weeks boxing experience. By round 2, I was like, how the fuck am I going to survive this shit? I was just in survival mode, man. It was so fucking scary. So I'm not too big. I'm a big enough bitch to admit it was fucking scary, man. It was fucking scary. OG member of the cave checking in, Mr. Colin McCran. You are an OG at this point, man. An OG is anyone before, I guess, 2021 at this point. But welcome in, and good to see you as well, man. It's good to see a lot of familiar faces here, actually. Cool shit, man. Rave elevator, walks in the fridge. Walks to the fridge is not cardio. But it counts for me, man. It counts for me. Krown versus Oppenheimer versus Bobby versus UFOs. I'll let Elsa take the Barbie topic, man. She made a Twitter post about Barbie, and it just absolutely exploded. Like, I'll show you over here. There's a lot of support for her as well, which was super cool to see, especially from our community. But she made this post, and wait, hold on. Where's her post? There it is. Okay, she got over 95,000 views. I mean, that's That's fucking wild, man. This is a girl who, like, I don't think she's ever made a video like this before, ever, like, you know, talking to the screen and shit. She was really, really nervous about it too. I mean, she can tell you in the background. And some of her friends even sent her like these really bizarre messages. I don't really know how to explain it, but I don't know. I listened to it and I thought it was like a pretty measured review. Anyways, it was cool to see the response on that, because she was like pretty freaked out at first, and then she realized, oh shit, you know, other people actually do think this way as well, and I didn't really do anything wrong here. You know, she is Barbie says Wills. She'll love to hear that, man. I do bong curls while watching Krown. That's right, man. We need to increase the resistance there, man. Increase that damn resistance. Their friends probably having some haters now. I mean, it's a very strange thing in Finland, honestly, like with people in their Fen groups, because people, like, they grow up in these very, very small groups, and they grow up in like the middle of the fucking forest where no one ever goes ever, and it's like in the middle of nowhere, literally. And so they make these friends that they've had ever since like they're 5 or 6, and they keep them for the rest of their lives. And, you know, even though people naturally grow apart and have different views and whatnot, they just hold on to each other like fucking glue, because they never will talk to someone that they don't know ever again, you know, after that age. Salmiakki and chill. Yes, you know it, man. That's just, is salmiakki the gross rotten fish, or is that the licorice thing? I don't know what it is, but Finnish people or Swedish people, I don't know what it is, but on Christmas they eat these like literally rotten fish, and it smells to high heaven, and it's absolutely disgusting. I'm sure if there's any Finnish or Swedish people in here, they can tell us how truly grotesque it is. It's rotten fish. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Soup-strami. There you go. What's up, pre-crypto workout? Good morning to you, man. Good morning to you. How much BNB do you need to be a millionaire? Actually, let's go look at the chart. I'm genuinely curious from my own knowledge what it's looking like right now with all the Binance bullshit going on, and then we can probably get into the content of the day. Looks pretty ugly, man. Looks pretty fucking ugly. Jesus Christ. Not good. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like on a monthly though. That's looks like you got a nice M formation going on there. Probably potentially some. No, actually no divergence, to be fair. Well, there's one thing that's for sure. If you see it below 213, it's lights out. At that point, I mean, what happened over here? February 2021, this thing just went moon mission and beyond. Ever since then, just lower highs. I mean, I guess you can still say, well, you're in a range. It's in a range. We have a range here. You have your range lows at 205, 213, and your range highs at 345. You know, but this, when I see something like this, I mean, generally speaking, that looks like long-term distribution. But the problem with, you know, accumulation and distribution that no one will tell you when they're showing these fucking schematics is that you never know until it actually does break. That's like the cold hard truth about it. You know, if it always comes down to trend and range. You know, if you break above the range highs, okay, it's now accumulation. If you break below the trend, you know, the range lows, now it's now it's distribution, and then obviously trend emerges from there. So it is what it is, man. Next Jason Sims episode. We don't really have a good time right now because I've been doing these live streams around the same time that I would be doing an episode with him. So unfortunately, we don't really have like a good workaround as of right now. How much Pepe do you need to be a millionaire? Well, you need 1 million Pepes to be a Pepe millionaire. That's what I can tell you. 1 Pepe equals 1 Pepe. Indeed it does, man. Indeed it does. Burp the derp, man. All right, let's... Mr. Pollum says hello from Indonesia. Shout my name. What's up, man? You're getting shouted. Mr. Pollum. You don't sound Indonesian, though. You really want your name shouted, though, but that's fair enough, man. Shouting it out. Mr. Pollum. How many fleshlights to be a collector? Well, it's not about how many you have. It's about the rarity of the item that you have. Now, if you happen to have the Alien Freaks edition, I would consider you a collector. If you have the Frankenstein Collector's edition, also a collector. If you have just the regular old, white, brown, or yellow colored one, these aren't rare. Don't forget the Darth Vader one. Darth Dildo is coming for your cones. Still the same upward slope on the accumulation distribution indicator on the monthly. Yeah, I mean, long term, I mean, that obviously is for long term. I do still believe that Bitcoin's low is in, as we have for a long time now. And I just, I mean, it's just not really like super helpful for now. There'll be another interplay with it when it turns from red to green. Which actually might happen coming into August. So yeah, actually we could probably revisit it soon because there's only a couple days left here in the trading month. K Dizzle says, I just watched Elsa's video. I have been called a gender trader for that. 2023 is bonkers. Feeling good about skipping Barbie. Yeah, it's I don't know. I didn't see it, so I can't really comment honestly, but it is what it is. Andrea S, that I actually do know the answer to that question, and Elsa is going to she's going to reprimand you for this. What's up, Mr. Nimbo? Good morning, sir. Good morning indeed. Oh my, a Temu commercial doing live stream. What's Temu? What's Temu? Temu? Damn. It's a Finnish name, apparently. Cardano Fleshlight still in development, so you can go, you can pleasure yourself to the very lovely face of Mr. Hoshkinskins. Is that how you say it? I don't know. All right, let me take a. It's a scam auction site. Okay, it's good to know that YouTube is keeping everyone safe. Still, like, multiple years now. It's been 3 years, 4 years, and they still have not figured out how to get rid of all the fucking crypto scam comments in my comment section, and basically at everyone else's comment section as well. Anyways, I'm gonna take another sip of this, then we'll get into the content, and then we'll go back to chat mode, and maybe we can look at some shit coins as well. Welcome back to the Eric Krown Crypto channel. It is a lovely Friday today and plenty to talk about on Bitcoin as we do get our Friday closures for CME coming in a little bit later today, which probably influences the market coming into next week, coming into August. With that said, I wanted to follow up on some of the ideas that we were exploring yesterday, where they're kind of alliancing themselves for today. And other than that, it's going to be one of those times where personally speaking, I actually look at this and it's just a coin toss to me, really, because I'm getting conflicting signals on both sides. However, there is one very important thing. It's the same thing as before. It's exact same thing as before, but we'll get into it nonetheless. So first things first, I'll bring you over here to probably what I would consider the most important thing coming into today, and that is going to be the weekly time frame stochastic oscillator for Bitcoin on CME. We'll also look at spot price action as well, but it will have a chance to actually cross to the downside alongside the weekly closure for CME. Again, later today, this is going to be coming in 14 hours, 36 minutes, and 47 seconds. And it will actually cross to the downside if Bitcoin does close below 30,600. Also considering, a rejection of the critical zone right here for the Boolah side. And this also would be considered regular bearish divergence between this point right here and this point right here, assuming that one does start to confirm a local high. So a little bit, further to go, but that would be in the cards. Again, assuming that Bitcoin does close below that pivot. Of course, we can also reference spot price action as well, which does close on Sunday, and it is significantly lower actually for that pivot. It is showing about $30,000, a little bit below $30,000 to be fair, for that same sort of interplay. Now, moving on to the next thing, I do want to go, I have a chart of BNB open because we were looking at that pre-stream here. We're having a pre-stream party, by the way, if you're watching this at a later time. This is being recorded live, actually. But going into Bitcoin over here on CME. So yesterday, we were looking at potential hidden bullish divergence on the 2-day time frame. However, that 2-day time frame, which is closing tonight, will not have hidden bullish divergence at this point. And it will continue to not have hidden bullish divergence as long as Bitcoin is below 29,700. So that is to say, hidden bullish divergence is no longer relevant as long as Bitcoin, again, below 29,700 on today's closing basis. If it does close above, hey, there's your hidden bullish divergence. And yeah, I would say that Boolahs probably have another opportunity at that point coming into next week for a move back up north of $30,000. But for right now, a little bit more concerning, obviously, for that side of the market. Anyways, moving on to the next thing, I did want to reference, I wanted to reference this setup over here. We covered this one, I think it was early this week, called it out that it's going to be relevant relatively soon. But this would be the 2-day time frame volatility versus stochastic momentum setup. And again, this is a setup that is mostly reliant on BBWP, which is a representative of volatility, aka the dispersion of returns. Anytime it gets down towards extreme lows below 10 percentile and then expands from those extreme lows, it has led to an average move of if I can pull it back here, about, let's just call it like 25 to 30% over the course of about 17 days. And the direction of the stochastic oscillator has been correct in getting the direction of that volatility expansion about 81.5% of the time. As you can see right now, the 2-day time frame stochastic oscillator is continuing to be positioned to the downside. It is getting into the really, really critical zone here. So I would say that one consolation prize for the BULAs is that it will theoretically be more difficult to be holding this low for this long. But again, the current pivot is 29,900. Not closing today, actually going to be closing tomorrow. But you can see that as long as that is positioned to the downside is going to be more likely. So I guess at the beginning of this video, I said that I was a little bit more, I could make an argument both ways. I guess I am a little bit more positioned towards the downside, especially as long as, Bitcoin's below 29.5 even on that 4-hour closing basis, which also was not had yesterday as well, which was one of the major contingent factors for potentially looking at the current price action as putting in, potentially a major low. Still possible here, obviously, but right now, these factors are still very much present. So again, that pivot 29,900 or so. I would say that it'd be a damn good early warning signal if you saw any sort of a trade back above last 2-day high, which is 29,700, as indicative that this one probably does flip around and does put in a major low here, thus confirming that hidden bullish divergence that we outlined over here is still possible, and flipping this one back onto the upside as well. But until that happens, basically as long as Bitcoin is below that pivot, downside more likely, to be fair. So moving on to the next thing, we are also looking at HPDR ranges over here, and HPDR ranges starting with the 4-hour time frame are more or less the same, really, showing that 29,500-ish region, that rejective region that we saw tested multiple times yesterday, but never closed above, still kind of the more interim area to be aware of, meaning that if Bitcoin can close above there, probably an early warning signal that the BULAs do take over. You do see that 29.7 region met, and then $30,000 region met as well. But for right now, providing the impetus for not just the average of the range, but basically the rejective region. So I would be looking at that as still very much relevant until then. Can it explore the downside of the range? Yeah, certainly. If we go over here to the daily, we can still see that the bottom side of the current range is 28,200, which I thought was very interesting, because that is also in alignment with, if we go back on over here, the weekly CME topside Gaussian channel. So what does that essentially imply? It implies that if we do see a further breakdown, that would still be my first area of interest to be looking towards, 28,200 or so, basically low $28,000 territory. Very likely a bounce from there. Maybe BULAs pull through there as well. But that would be one potential bottoming area that I'd be looking at. If that one does fail, then we're probably looking probably at least $27,000 or a little bit below 27, and then I think you got a little bit below 25 as well is kind of the next area of interest. So until we do start to see basically until we start to see Bitcoin back above 29.5, yeah, downside more likely, obviously. If we go over here to traditional markets, looking mainly at SPX futures, we can see that yes, yesterday it did hit the proverbial area that we were looking at, somewhere around 4630, which, how high did it get? 4634, not bad. So a little stab into the blue box territory. Now showing some signs of reversal here, and in this case, again, still needs to see Friday's closure, but if it does close something like this, that's gonna start to look a lot like it's found its high for now, and probably trade sideways and down. Still would be bullish long term, but it'd be on higher low watch, probably at least at minimum somewhere around like 4460, 4470-ish region would be the first area of interest, and then you got like 4350, 4400 as the next area of interest for the BULAs, putting in a higher low. But obviously that would imply short-term downside, or relatively short-term downside, which probably does influence things that are highly risky, like Bitcoin. Over here on the daily, we do see many drives of bearish divergence kind of coming off of these last few highs. I would say that this is going to be fully confirmed below 45.50 in this case, or actually about 45.46 is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for what I wanted to say today. Basically, if you want a little soundbite right there, Bitcoin bearish as long as you're below 29,500. Downside more likely, but just as we've been seeing for like the past week, you know, until you get continuation, it just continues to keep open the door of opportunity for a potential low being put in here, thus confirmed above 29.5. What I'm trying to say is that the longer that Bitcoin goes sideways here, naturally speaking, the more that these oscillators will once again reset and upside will become more likely, but that will still take at minimum a few days, realistically. So it is, the ball's in the bear's court right now. If they're going to push, they probably push relatively soon. I would say no later than midpoint of next week. Until then, you know, eyes are on those regions, and I think that's a good place for me to be leaving off on this particular video. I did forget to mention, or I did forget to do my free shill. You can still get the free, you can still get the Jewel Life free for the first 30 days. You follow the directions in the link in the description below. What else? Yeah, that's it. There's your free shill today. I think I'll end it right there, and we'll see you in the next one. Nice. Oh, stop loss entry so good. Wrecked. Is this like an NPC crypto version? Oh my god, man. I wonder how thirsty crypto influencers would have to be in order to do something like that. Goddamn. I really did not understand it when I first saw it. Like I literally just did not understand, what am I looking at? What is this? What is this in front of my very face? I dare you to do Litecoin. Lots of yelling, please. I'm genuinely curious now. What is Litecoin looking like? I don't know. Let's bring it up over here. Whoops, USDR. What the fuck is that? The United States dollar. Let's go to Binance. A lot of yelling right now. Doesn't look any greater or shittier than most things that I've seen. You know, it's very difficult because it's like right at the fucking area that you'd want on a monthly. Daily, not getting shit from this, man. Weekly, you know, it's coalescing around all these major moving averages right here. It's not really giving me anything super obvious. The super obvious one is when it fails below like 86, 85 bucks. And at that point, yeah, it's wrecked. And it's going to be coming back down and probably undoing a good portion of this major rally that it's put in thus far. But until then, it's kind of like my thoughts on Bitcoin. It's like it's hanging around here for so fucking long that it does make me think that there might be a nice trap in the midst here. Soy Lana. I'm curious what that one. I see that one being called out a lot on crypto Twitter. What is it doing? My LARP lines are a little bit too late here. They should be like this. Damn, LARP lines, got it again. Yeah, I mean, I'd still be looking for a pullback here, to be fair. But pullback, I mean, I'll be on. It's on higher low watch, especially anything above like 18 bucks, 18.5 bucks. It's okay, not terrible. Does have hidden bullish divergence come off that last low right there. Weekly, do we see anything of interest here? I mean, I actually don't hate this. I think I spent some time going sideways, man. Sideways good for the Bulas here, especially above 22, but even above like 18.5, I'd say, or sorry, make that 19.5. Below 19.5, very fucking bearish. But for now, I'm not getting too much from these higher term time frames, actually. Some dishes. Can you actually hear the dishes in the background, for fuck's sake? By the way, your eggs are probably done by now, just so you know. Can you look at Nvidia, please? Yeah, we can look at Nvidia. Sure, why not? See what Nvidia is doing over here. Is it coming into a little bit of a local? I mean, a rally like this is very extended, right? So it always makes it difficult because these things can just fucking dump at a moment's notice, but it'd still be long-term bullish. I mean, it's just another higher low that it probably puts in. You know, looking at the monthly, looking at the weekly, do I think it has maybe another push or another try to the upside? Definitely possible here. But at some point, it probably comes back down below 400 bucks and tries to set in a higher low. I'd say in between like 350 and 400. You know, it's just a difficult chart right now. But if I had to call it right now, I actually think that it probably tries for another high. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily right now, and you know, just a general uptrend. It's hard to hate. And one of the lessons that I've learned is that when something's making, you know, new all-time highs like this in like a true blue sky breakout fashion, amongst generally kind of struggling well, it's not really a struggling rest of the market. Actually, the rest of the market's doing okay, but you know, it's best to kind of just get out of the way and wait for like an obvious topping signal. Do we have an obvious topping signal here just yet? I don't think so. No, it's getting close, man. But I suspect that there's maybe one more push to the upside, like a true, blow off top, and then slam it down, and you probably go for like a higher low in the mid 300s, I'd guess, something like that. Does Aave have a chance over $90? There's always a chance, but the question is, what's the probability of said chance, and how likely is this thing? Well, it's at $70 right now. I mean, compare this thing to a lot of the other charts that we've looked at. This one's certainly relatively weak, right? It continues to put in lower highs over time. So it's like, look, I guess I already have this one charted out. You might be holding this one and hoping and praying, but it's just, there are certainly better things to be in terms of relative strength or weakness. This one is certainly relatively weak. Just put another high right around the exact area that you'd be looking for at around $85. I would say that, hey, this one would be very, very bullish above 96. Very bullish is not the right terminology, but it'd be set up for like a pretty explosive rally. Until then, like, what's the probability it gets back above 86? I'd be going with the trend here, man. It's going to need a very strong broad market in order for this thing to do well, but daily starting to put in some drives of hidden bullish evidence. Daily Jewel also pointed up as well. So if those things start to confirm today, I suppose I'd be looking for another move back to like 80, but 80 is not 90, obviously. Getting back above $87 high right here is going to be the big thing to be aware of, obviously. And at that point, it's not just 90 that you're going to be looking at. You're going to be looking at like, you're probably going to retest this prior high right here, and you're probably going to break it at that point. And you're probably going to see moves back to like 115, 120-ish region, and that's where I'd be looking towards. Tough one, to be honest with you, just because indicators are giving potential higher low signals right here, but doesn't really do too much for you at this point right now. Apparently, the U.S. forgot to mention those charges on the extradition filing. I don't know what's for who? Are you talking about for Sam? For Mr. Sam? That's, I don't know, that name always pops up. Is doing the dishes gender neutral. Depends how you do them. Sir. MR, please, says LBPG. EMAR, is this like the building corporation that I see everywhere in fucking Dubai? Yes, it is. Yeah, they got to be bullish, man, because fuck, these bastards are building every damn time I go. Let's see. You did just have kind of a technical breakout right here, right? Where, what do you want to? Whoops, not the one that I want to be looking at. There we go. Something like this. A bit of an ascending triangle breakout. I like it as long as you're above like 645. This one probably does pop back up and test to like mid sevens. That is a fucking crazy chart, man. What the hell? When was this? Oh, this was 06. So heading into, so they topped out like way before 08, actually. They topped out in 06, and then they've been in a macro consolidation ever since. Something like this. Yeah, something like this, I guess. Long term. Interesting. They literally are building everything in Dubai. It's fucking crazy, man. Jennifer Jones says, free TA tonight, guys, and so is that like button. It's also free, guys. It is free, but you can't coerce people into liking videos and liking shit on YouTube. I don't even fucking bother asking people. I don't even bother people with like the make sure to like and subscribe. It's like, if you need to be fucking told, I'm sorry, son. There's worse things in life. Shelly H, what's up? Our Estonian neighbor over there, Wise stock. Is this TransferWise? I'm guessing that is. No, because this is a what exchange is this coming on? Let me see. Stock? Yeah, I get that it's a stock, but I'm guessing it's an English stock. Just let us know in the comment section, Shelly, if that's not correct. I wish that there was more history here, because this one only goes back to 2021, but this does look like it's an Adam and Eve bottom to me. Something like this, where you got, let me actually get my drawing tool out. This would be a fun one to do with the brush. Where's my brush, motherfucker? You bastard. How dare you? Where are you? Oh, it's literally right here. There's your V, and there's your E. I don't know why they called him Adam and Eve bottom. What's the fucking E? It's a V, and then it's more like a rounded cup. I do like this one. I think that you just saw a pretty significant breakout right there. Actually, probably works its way back up towards like 830-ish region. But this is a weekly, obviously, so going to take some time. Generally speaking, very, very good above like $700. Would kind of be the area of interest that I'd be looking at for the downside to kind of uninvalidate that, if you will. Let's see, and hopefully that was the right one as well. Phase stock on weekly. All right, Mr. Sean or Mr. CPAC. Phase, does Phase Clan have their own stock? Is this really what I think it is? Phase Clan has their own stock. Holy shit, it's bad. Okay, wow. Wow. Well, this one wins the shittiest chart of the day award for sure. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it gets rejected on what seems to be a false breakout and makes new lows. That's fucking bearish. That's ugly, man. Is this really like, does FaZe Clan really have a stock? FaZe Clan, like the group of young gamers trying to make it in the world. I don't even know if that's like what they are anyways, but really fucking bearish as long as you're below that spike high at 64 cents. I don't know what this thing is, but but I know that people like to sell it. Fucking terrible, man. Let's see. Mad Mining says, good morning, sir. What's up, man? ARKK weekly, monthly, sure. So this is Kathy Wood's shitcoin, and what's she looking like on the weekly? Definitely bottomed out here. As far as the long term goes, I shouldn't say definitely. That's a terrible word to be using in trading and analysis, because you can never be 100% sure, but it looks like a long-term low to me. Let's see, weekly and monthly. I know you asked for weekly, monthly. Does it pull back more here to like $45.50? Maybe. I don't know. Long term, I think this one actually works way sideways and up. Anything above, especially like $45 long term, is just setting a long-term base. So I'd like to see it kind of trade sideways for a while and then try another upside move. I can tell you where it'd get bearish on it again. Very obviously below 42.5. That's where it becomes obviously bearish. But for right now, yeah, it's playing out a pullback. Yeah, the pullback's pretty hefty here. But let's see, how far down did this one go? 82% to the downside. Now it's having a nice rally coming off that. I would be looking for this one to really establish a range, very long term, like very, very long term, between these sort of levels right here. Something like that, and fill out that range for a long time, maybe even a little bit lower actually, now that I consider it. But the longer that it can go sideways here, maybe like in 2027, 2028, you see something interesting to the upside. But I suspect that this one's going to be going sideways and accumulating for a very long time. But yeah, I do think that it's generally bottomed. If that's the question. Mr. Mike McDaniel says, IREN. Thank you, sir. What is IREN? Is it a crypto or is it a stock? It looks like it's a stock. Similar chart in the more recent terms to the one that we just looked at, and I'd probably be saying the same thing. I mean, what is it? It's head and shoulders low, right? To be fair, short term, does it pull back a little bit more? Maybe to like 530. That's fine. All good. But just like the prior chart, short term, I do still like it as long as it's above about 5.25, 530-ish region. Below that region, yeah, it probably does the same thing as the chart that I was looking at before as well, and puts in like a very long-term sideways range. But the lack of history right here makes it difficult, and I also don't really know what time frame you're looking at. So hopefully that was in some way helpful. Okay, that was right for Shelly. Nice. All right. Thank you for confirming. Awesome. Yasin Georgiev, definitely from Eastern Europe. Can we check out IMX Immutable in your opinion on it? Well, fundamentally, I have no opinion because I don't fucking know, but there's got to be more of a chart than this. Immutable. Maybe Binance has it. Let me take a sip of this. Voice is failing me. All these charts look very similar. All these charts look the fucking same. Stupid fucking charts. Lazy. I mean, but really, they do look the same. All right, let's see. Nice move on the daily right there. Jesus Christ, man, that is a shot of a dildo. Is it actually going to break out? I'd like to see it close above about 82.5 cents to confirm the breakout, but it looks like it probably does. Hidden bullish divergence on that last low, and also daily Jules pointed up. I suspect it probably does pull through a little bit there, but long term, it's probably just putting in this long term range really. Weekly, sideways and up probably. Only problems below about 72 cents. Below 72 cents, big fucking problems. Like big problems. Like testing 58 cents again, big problems, and maybe even lower than that. But I think that this is kind of the Bulaw's chance to do some sideways action and work its way up. But long term, it's hard to say much about this as it hasn't been around for a long time. And I it always makes it difficult with altcoins when you see shit like this. It just always makes me think that you're just the rally's going to fail. So if the rally fails, again, I would be very concerned, or I would start to be concerned below 80 cents on a daily closing basis, and then very, very concerned below 72 cents, I believe it was. That would be my confirmation of, okay, we're getting ready to do the diving action again. Dive to the downside, that is. Let's see. Nero's Art says, morning, sir. What's up, man? Thoughts on bi-weekly hidden bearish divergence on Bitcoin? Let's see if I can find it and reproduce. Hidden bearish divergence on the bi-weekly. So where would the hidden bearish divergence be? Because you have to confirm, or you have to be comparing a high to a lower high, and in this case we see an uptrend here with a high right there and a higher high right here. So trend wise, that wouldn't work out. Maybe you're going to be pulling it all the way back to here, which is being a little bit, I mean, that's really far back in terms of bars. Let me see exactly how far. Yeah, that's 34 bar. Actually, okay, that's about at the edge of what I do start to look at for divergences. I look at 32 at most. 34 is like, it's just another couple bars, I guess. But I'm guessing you're looking at this point over here, this high over here, and comparing it with this high over here. And at that point, yeah, you would have hidden bearish divergence. Yeah, fair enough. It wouldn't fit the traditional definition of it. And still, you'd have to confirm this as a local high, right? And to be fair, like if you're going to play out hidden bearish divergence, it would have happened on this one over here because you still had your biweekly RSI at higher highs than this high over here, and it even did confirm a local high, and it just set in a higher low. So I'm inclined to say that no, that's I can't reproduce that myself, but maybe I'm looking at something different. I don't know, but I don't see it myself. Jay Header says AMP daily on Gemini. Sure. AMP. Gemini. Okay, I remember this one from the shitcoin list many moons ago, and this one has not seen any moons for very many moons. Again, whenever I see a chart like this, terrible. The problem is that you just don't know when you're gonna get one of these moves like you see right here, where it just shoots up and then obviously, gives it up again. Maybe is it going to try to do something like this over here? Perhaps yes, but long term, it's never a good sign when you see something, one, make lower lows than its initial sort of dump over here, and then two, while the rest of the market has been putting in general rallies. I mean, Bitcoin went 2x off the lows. Ethereum was pretty significantly up from the lows as well. This thing did not enjoy or participate in any one of those rallies. In fact, it just sold off at every chance that it could. Just not a good sign. So while I wouldn't really be saying like, hey, it's gonna do something like this or that, it's just all rallies fucking fail. All rallies fail, and long term, like, there's just nothing bullish about this chart at all whatsoever, as long as you're below this last spike high right here. And even then, like, bullish is not the right term back above that region. It's just, oh, it looks like it might pull through long term, but I'd just be expecting more of this shit long term, to be honest with you. Really bad, really fucking bad. Let's see what else we got. I'm just scrolling to the bottom of these comments here. Another lemmings map chart. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking lemmings like being marched off of a cliff. They're just going boop, 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 whoa, all the way down. Elsa should not be laughing because lemmings are precious little animals, and they're jumping off the cliff and dying and splattering their guts all over this pavement and cement. That's how that is how Elsa sounds. She goes. She's Dog Bitcoin, please. Sure, man. We can I'm actually curious to look at what Doggy Coin looks like, because I have seen a lot of clout on it, or clout's not the right word, but interest on it on Twitter recently. Again, I do want to say the same thing that I said about Doggy Coin that I did last stream. Actually, it's not true on the Bitcoin pair, but on the US dollar pair, it actually does make higher lows every macro cycle. Most shitcoins do not. Like that is significant. Versus its Bitcoin pairing, fucking sloppy chart, man. I hate these charts. I really don't know. If I was like super inclined to say something, I'd say, maybe you kind of repeat this sort of a consolidation again, where you have a bit of a descending channel like that. But these things can fill out for such a long time. It's just, I don't even really trust them that much to begin with, but something like this maybe, perhaps it tries this current rally off of the lower boundary of this region. But the Bitcoin pairing is a lot more difficult than the US dollar pairing. I'd be a lot more interested to look at this, to be honest with you. But just, I'll say it at the outset, just because the US dollar pairing might be going up, which I don't even know if it is right now, but it might be. It doesn't mean that the Bitcoin pairing will be going up. Long term, do I think that it actually has a low in here? I actually... It's definitely fucking possible. I mean, this is starting to look a lot like an accumulation range long term. There's your lower boundary, there's your upper boundary, something like that. But that also implied that it's gonna do something like this for quite some time, and then maybe try your next upside move. But yeah, long term, I mean, hate it all you want, and I really don't have a strong opinion on this, but like it does make, I would even say, significantly higher lows on the macro scale. There's your low, potentially next low over here. Most shitcoins, like not even most shitcoins, like 99% of shitcoins do not. They make lower lows. So I do think that actually speaks for itself. Very interesting, actually. Vito says, TA, which moving averages take priority in the hourly, 4-hour, daily, weekly, and monthly? So I use the same moving averages on all time frames. Basically, I use a 9, or actually just let me just go to Bitcoin. You can just go to an hourly. I use a 9, that's the light blue. I use a yellow 21 and a green 55, and then I look at the white 200 simple. And which ones take priority? It completely depends on what you're trying to do. So the way that I look at it is that the 21 and 55 set in the general trend. The slope of the 200 simple is giving you kind of an added confirmation on that trend. So if it's positioned down and this one's also angled to the downside, yeah, downside is significantly more likely as far as trend goes. And then the 9, the shortest period, is kind of is like a measurement of like pressure on right now. Like if price action's also below that one as well, and it's it's in the same fashion, then well, you can expect continuation, typically speaking. Now, when things are generally consolidating, like we're seeing on the higher term timeframes here, it's not all that helpful. Moving averages aren't going to do too much for you when things are consolidating, but when things are trending, they are very, very useful in my experience. 999 says, MGTOW by logic. I have the same on my chart with the 200 weekly. Yeah, there you go. Let me see what else we got. I need to learn how to greet peasants in Finnish so that my neighbors don't understand. Elsa will she'll just like peer out of our balcony. We have like multiple balconies, but she'll peer out of the balcony where like people are standing under. She'll be like, "Hello, peasants," or she'll just say like something peasant, like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" "What's up, Peter Underwood?" Good. It's all good, brother. It's all good, man. It's good to see you around, dude. You're one of the best people in the Discord there. Always so helpful and always so knowledgeable, and just glad that you're a part of the community, man. Let's see, what else do we have? We can look at some other shitcoins, sure, why not? Gala, you want to look at some Gala bullshit? No problem, man. I'm guessing it's going down. It's going down. Ugly. Now, to be fair, I do think that this is probably your bottoming area over here. But long term, I think best case scenario, what you're looking at is a long term. Jesus Christ! All right, even my LARP lines go too low. That's funny. Follow the lower highs, obviously, but do I think that maybe you could be hitting into a long term macro accumulation zone right here? It's possible. You're basically like just below your prior your initial ICO or IPO or whatever the fuck it is called in this sector. It's an ugly as fuck chart, man. But obviously below the lower boundary, you can expect this one to continue to trend towards significantly new lows. Until then, maybe give it a little bit of a little bit of a chance here to trade sideways and just put in something like this. But this is my point. Like doggy coin versus something like this. This thing just fails. It just fails and fails and fails and fails a little bit more as well. It's not good. Kubrick Maxi says, can you do pulse chain? If it's on TradingView, yes, but I suspect that there's not much information. A little bit more than what I thought that there'd be. I mean, pretty bad here. Again, another chart that just goes down. But again, there's not enough price action history now. I shouldn't have even said that because there's gonna be like 50 fucking comments on Twitter. Hey, did you say the pulse chain chart looks bad? Do you even know who Richard Hart is? God damn. Really fucking bad below like 35 cents. Or what is this? 33, 34 cents. But if you can pop back above 30, what is it, like 35, 36, then yeah, it's hard to say that this one's exhibiting some behaviors of having an actual low end. But for right now, it's just follow the trend, man. Just follow the trend. Again, not a whole hell of a lot of history here to be going off of, but the history that we do have is it likes to go down. It likes to go down. So if it likes to go down, well, it is what it is. This might even be the wrong ticker as well. I mean, who knows? It doesn't look like the right. Is that? I don't know if that's right. Let's see. What about OKX? Better, definitely better on OKX. I'll tell you that. OKX looks significantly better actually. You know, maybe you have a nice range going on, but again, just not enough history here to really do any true analysis on it, man. The Pulse Chain movie comes out next week. I'm gonna take the whole day off just to watch it, bro. I couldn't be more excited to watch the Pulse Chain movie.
What? It's penis.
Oh, the penis movie. Okay, I think it. The Pulse Chain movie. This must be the Pulse Chain chart. Definitely not as bad as the prior one that we just looked at, to be fair. But just not enough history to really be doing anything with it, honestly. You know, I just don't have opinions on a chart that looks like this. You know, my biggest opinion is that back above this region right here, really fucking bullish. Okay, really fucking bullish is not the right terminology, but puts in a very, very large rally. By the same token, just there's just really not much to be going off of. Can we do HYPC, please, bro? Sure. Let me see. Oh, it's a crypto. It's on MEXC, Uniswap, and PancakeSwap. Off to a good start. Not bad, actually, as far as charts go, at least for today. Again, not much history here, but contrary to most things, at least this one fucking goes up. It doesn't really get traded all that much, it looks like, but I'm guessing there's probably some potential for hidden bullish divergence here. There is. Just want to see a closure above yesterday's high, and at that point, I'd be looking for this one to probably make new highs, or like probably trade back up to 65 cents if that happens. Problems below 53 cents, but until then, has a chance to actually do that. WAN is pumping. WAN chain. Symbol Hoppy. Let's see. My voice is starting to leave me, by the way, so we will have to end this relatively soonish, I guess. But we can go for a little bit longer. Hoppy. There's not a chart here, Matt. Like, what is this obsession with charts that haven't even been around for any time? If I had to guess, it goes down. Hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. But again, just not much to be going off of here. Probably comes back down to like whatever the hell this number is here, this godforsaken number that I just placed in. Matic. See a lot of people talking about Matic. Sure, we can look at Matic. It's bad on the 4-hour, down. Same hidden bearish divergence daily. Don't like it. Weekly. Don't like it. Let me actually get rid of all this right now. We can just do a fresh chart here. There we go. All right. So how's this one set in a low at 38 cents or so? I mean, probably yes. I think that this one's, generally speaking, doing one of these like long-term accumulation ranges. And it can fill out this whole fucking area for a very long time. And then maybe give another try to the upside. But, you know, short-term, do I think it comes down? Yes. Short-term, I do think that it, direction is down. Maybe it comes back down and retests like low 60 cents. Yeah, only good in the short term back above like what is this, like 85, 89 cents, and at that point maybe just like 110, 120ish region, but again, not super helpful here. Not strong on some. Yeah, I'd be biased towards this one, probably playing out some downside. Let's see. Truco Production says, can you take a look at Google? Sure. Do you reckon we push up to 140? I don't know about we, but maybe you do. 140. God damn. Okay. I really like the weekly here. 140. So basically retesting the highs from March 2022. I mean, yeah, I do think over time, yeah, but like we'd need like a time frame for that, obviously. Looks to me like I just set another higher low right here. Next move probably pushes up, maybe like mid 130s. 140 maybe a bit more of a stretch, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I think at some point you will test that region. Long term, very, very good. Very, very good. Daily, I'm sure that people are scared about this, but this is just this to me is just a retest of the breakout. Breakout is legit as long as you're above like 126. So pullbacks are just that, pullback before trying higher. Looking at indicators, I'm not getting too much from it, but generally speaking, I do think that this one tries to the upside. Monthly RSI I really like, but it can take some time. Again, without a time frame there, I don't think it's happening today, for example. CPAC says, my buddy keeps chilling Ion Q stock to me. Okay, Ion Q. All right, let's check it out. Where would you look for daily resistance? Exactly where you're at right now. Or that's for the monthly. Daily. Very, very close. Somewhere coming off of these highs over here. Let me get my blue boxes out. Where's my blue box? Where the fuck is it? They changed it around here. I'm sure of it. Somewhere around here. So where I'd be looking at for like a big resistance. And then you got this area right here. So let's pull it out and see how we did. Probably getting close. Yeah, getting pretty damn close to that one right there. Daily's getting pretty exhausted, I'd say. A lot of drives of bearish divergence come off these last few highs. Yeah, there's been some higher lows within that, but I think that this one's done relatively soon. I mean, when you see something like this on the weekly, like that's pretty damn exaggerated. This might even be front ran right here. I mean, it's pretty fucking close, to be fair. Pretty fucking close. $17 versus like 17, $18. Yeah. I think it probably trades sideways and then plays at a pullback down to like 12-ish. But that's going to take some time. Monthly is in a great place for a pullback, so I'd feel a lot more confident with that. Maybe there's one more push a little bit higher, like a little bit higher before that pullback occurs. But generally speaking, this is a pullback region, at least in the way that I look at things. All right, Mr. Oliver K. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. No message though, so. Oh, there is a message. CFX. Let's try it. CFX. Is this a crypto? Oh, fuck, it is. It's Conflux. All right. Really bad. Just put in a monthly high here. And I expect that after your highs comes some lows. Right now, it depends what time frame you're on, obviously, right? But looking at the daily, you have a clear and obvious range coming in from these lows here at about 17 cents. So maybe it tries to base off of 17 cents. I guess that's the hopium right now, is that it will base off of 17 cents and then pop back above 22, and that would look good for a pretty strong low. But this one looks to me like it's a lot more likely to go down below your 17 cents on a daily closing basis. I'd be looking for this one to have a pretty nasty fall down to like mid 13s. And then maybe even fall further than that over time below 10 cents. Yeah, not great. But again, I had to leave some hopium in there, so maybe it trades sideways there for a while and tries a rally. But for right now, looking a lot more downside angle, man. Brendan Jones says, love your work, man. Thanks, man. Side note, your taste in music is awesome. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoy it, man. If your voice lasts out, can you check out LBR? Sure. LBR. Is this a crypto or a stock? Let me see. You are LGBTQ coin. I don't know. Let's try this, I guess. Really bad. Really bad, man. Maybe you're talking about a stock. I'd be looking for this one to retest these lows here at like 1.25. Maybe try for a bounce, but heavily bearish as long as you're below 160. Again, another chart with not much history. Maybe this is a stock. Hopefully it's a stock. Please, God, let it be a stock. Are you looking at lumber futures? Holy shit, I don't know. This is a weird chart. Down. If I'm looking at the weekly, this one comes back down to like 507. Tries for a bounce there, but probably fails. Tough one. Oops, I just lost my place. Mr. John Dude says SMT versus wrapped Ethereum on what even is this, man? SMT. Okay, so you're looking at this. Oh, God damn, man. Where do you even find this shit? Like, really, it's not bad as far as charts go. Looking for continuation of 14 cents on weekly. You're looking for continuation of 14 cents. Okay, so basically, you're looking for it to retest basically highs. I think you're gonna have a lot more difficulty at around 10, 11 cents. But it is putting a nice consolidation right there, to be fair. So I would actually say that I'd still say like 11 to 11.5 cents actually is where I'd be looking towards. But okay here, as long as you're below basically this week's, as long as you're above this week's low, or even like 6.9 cents, great number right there. Below 6.9 cents, yeah, at that point, this one probably comes back down to like 5 or 4.5. But for right now, I think it actually has a chance. Not bad compared to a lot of the other ones, especially. Yeah, I'd give it a chance. 14 cents, a little bit of a stretch. 11.5 cents, I think would be good, and then probably pull back from there. Harry Potter, Sonic, Inu, Obama. I think you forgot a term there, maybe. What's up, NFT boyfriend? Perhaps that's a good place for me to be leaving it off today. Oddly satisfying ones. Actually, we can use who? What was the ticker?
The third from down.
Can you just give me the fucking ticker?
There are many. You can choose.
Just give me one.
Oh my God, I'm sending it to you. Tesla.
All right, Tesla. We'll do Tesla. We'll do Tesla. We'll do some Tesla action. Down, man. Nice high right there. Probably coming down to 245. Yeah. Nice short-term high here. Do you think that this one works its way sideways and down a little bit? But yeah, somewhere around 245. Tries for a bounce there and then come back to it after that. Monthly, if the monthly closes like this, then yeah, I'd be looking for this one to retrace a good amount into August, September region. Not bad. Moi Moi, Talon Pojat. There you go. We'll look at Ordi as well. I think that one's interesting because it's like NFTs on Bitcoin. Is that right? I think. Let's check it out. Not great as a chart, but again, not much history here. If I had to call it down, if I had to call it back down to like 614, 608 region, but I don't know, man. You boxing today, Krown? No, today's my one off day during the week, so don't need to get punched in the face. I got punched in the face enough yesterday, so it's all good, man. Good for another 24 hours. Actually, let's look at one last one for Whale Talk Link. I think this one's always interesting. Moi Moi Talon Pojat. What the fuck does that mean?
Hello, peasants.
It means hello, peasants. Apparently. Link. I think Link has a chance here, man. You know, long term, it's still just one massive range. Oh, I guess I already have it in here, but let me just make it like nice and easy. Long term, still just one massive range, but I'm looking at this as a long-term macro accumulation range. If you're looking at this from a YCOP perspective, perhaps this is your spring over here. But just with any sort of accumulation distribution indicator, distribution, like it needs to pop back above the upper boundary. That's where these things get really confirmed. At that point, you know, big moves to the upside, probably closer to $20. But for now, daily, sideways is good. Sideways above seven and a quarter is good. Sideways above just $7 in general is good. Below 7, probably comes back down to retest low 6s, maybe upper 5s. But for right now, I'd give it a chance. Bullish on Link, hopefully. Monthly really looks to me like it's trying to put in a macro low here, so I'd be sticking with that. Yeah, not bad. Alrighty, fellas, and also not fellas, who might be joining us today, theys and thems. My pronouns are he, him, and I am now fully wrecked on my voice, so I'll be signing off for the day. But it's been an absolute pleasure. So like I said, we'll continue to do these live streams on Fridays from now on. Same time, same place, or around the same time, let's say. Maybe at some point we'll have another day as well. Maybe. Love from Israel. Love to you as well, Mr. Bobby Vasi. But I'll be signing off on that note. As always, wishing everyone here the best. Big boy George, you too, sir. My pronoun is flesh and light. Me too, sir. And she-fur for CPAC. CPERK.
My pronoun is yum yum.
And Elsa's pronouns are ice cream yum yum. There it is. All the best to everyone out there. Take care. Much love. And see you hopefully tomorrow, Saturday.
Write it, code it, name it, tweet it, mine it, stack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it, and receive it. Trade it, buy it, sell it, store it, run it, list it, first rename it. Crypto logic. Pump it, hack it, lose it, dump it, sell it, ditch it, XR pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it, build it, try it, bend it, fork it, hype it,